What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, you guys, it's time to take the adventure out of the classroom and into the Rock Islands.
Yeah, but it's always important to remember to ensure the safety of you and your guests before engaging in any activity.
Right. Let's talk about safety. When you think about safety, you think of prevention. And you have to prevent accidents from occurring.
Yeah, first going out to the Rock Island or anywhere in the water, safety must come first.
Yeah, good job.
I'm so with you on that one.
Ready? 1.
Maintain control of your guest at all times. The preferred ratio of guide to guest is 1 to 10. Never overload your boat with guests. Avoid congestion at activity sites. First come, first serve. Wait your turn and share the activity sites. Use a dive flag when guests are in the water. Don't let divers go on top of the cleaning stations. Keep your distance. Do not touch, handle, or provoke any marine inhabitants. Do not chase or harass marine life, especially at cleaning stations. Do not stand, rest fins, or hold onto corals. You will kill them. Secure equipment so it does not drag over the reef. Avoid kicking up sand. Stirred up sediment can settle on coral and destroy it. Do not collect or remove any marine organisms. Do not feed reef fish or sharks at any site in the Rock Islands. Feeding alters the ecological system and may be dangerous. Never dispose of garbage in the ocean or at a tourist activity area. Do not alter, deface, carve, write on anything in the Rock Islands. Always be safe and have fun.
The Koror state government and the Palau national government have specific requirements for conducting marine activities that aid in the prevention of accidents. All boat operators must have an operating license issued by the national government.
All tourists must have a Rock Island use permit. Funds from this permit help to manage and maintain the Rock Islands.
All master dive guides must be first aid and CPR certified. The Palau Red Cross Society offers training. Be sure to follow the guidelines established by the management of your tour operations and check the manual for more details. Each day should start with an activity briefing. Everyone has their own method of briefing, but a briefing should include a plan for each specific activity. Visual aids help explain your plan. Where the personal flotation devices are located. Know and explain the tides and currents. A group must remain together at all times. Give your guests guidelines on how to treat the reef and environment.
Visitors and locals love watercraft, water skiing, and banana boat rides.
Personal watercraft can only be operated in 4 designated areas and are forbidden in the Rock Islands. Water skiing and banana boat rides for the safety of guests and other boaters should not use navigational channels for activities. Whether you are at Soft Coral Arch or Cemetery Reef, exiting from a boat or a kayak, snorkeling is enjoyed throughout the Rock Islands. Ensure that guests never stand, touch, or even come close to precious corals while snorkeling. Shot down in World War II, this Japanese Zero is a popular snorkeling spot. Make sure that your guests don't get too close to it, since the metal is slowly corroding away and causing it to become very sharp in places.
All wrecks are fragile, non-renewable heritage resources. Once damaged or disturbed, they cannot be replaced. Visit plain shipwreck sites safely, do not interfere with the site, and avoid accidental or deliberate damage to the wreck.
Palau has hundreds of World War II sites waiting to be discovered. Never touch or remove any of the artifacts at these sites. Not only is it dangerous, but it is illegal.
The Milky Way was named for the white suspended particles in the water. It has become popular to have guests coat their bodies with the sediment. Make sure that your guests rinse prior to departure. At some point during the day, you will break for lunch. Ngurmiaos and Omgang Islands are excellent places to bask in the sun and relax. Recently, there has been an increase in one of Palau's most destructive invasive species, the common shiprat. These animals thrive on food left behind by careless tour operators. Rats carry diseases, decimate bird populations, and become a nuisance to Palau's guests. Never leave anything behind when visiting a rock island. Remember, respect the place where you eat and relax. Other people will come after you. Take only pictures and leave only footprints. Feeding fish in the rock islands is restricted. This is because human food is not the natural diet of marine animals and can cause irreversible health consequences. Providing food for the animals induces an ecological disruption, leading fish to ultimately abandon their food gathering or hunting skills.
Respect the wildlife in the rock island and leave them in their natural behavior.
The reward is the experience, an opportunity to see wildlife in its natural habitat.
Dredged in the early 1900s, German Channel is the gateway to Palau's premier dive sites. Manta rays often cruise through the shallows, as black-tip sharks hunt through the surface waters. The Manta cleaning station is extremely popular with divers. Avoid congestion at this site by timing your dive. Wait your turn at the buoy. Once in the water, do not crowd the cleaning station, and never allow divers to swim on the cleaning station. The outer reef is where most diving activities occur. Become intimate with weather patterns, tide cycles, and currents. Check with Nemo before you leave for small craft warnings.
Sports fishing by boat is a thrill seeker's ultimate adventure. Giant trevally, barracudas, mahi-mahi, wahoos, tuna, and the elusive blue marlin beckon the fishing enthusiast. Guests must have the proper fishing permits from Koror State and avoid conservation areas.
Some of the best diving on the planet can be found at the Ngamilis complex. However, these areas are part of an extended conservation area, so boating and fishing activities are restricted. Blue Corner and New Drop-Off are known for strong and unpredictable currents. Only experienced divers should dive here. Check the currents and weather and ensure that your guests stay close to you. The reef hook was invented in Palau and is a device used to remain stationary at the dive site while staying off the corals. Show your guest how to use the reef hook. Place the hook on the ledge, not on the living coral. Inflate BCD slightly to keep diver and gauges off the reef. Incredible photographs and stunning video footage is taken every day in Palau. Remind your guests that using a camera does not give them a license to disobey environmental rules. Neutral buoyancy is the key to superb images. If the guest desires a good image, instruct them to relax and stay stationary, approaching wildlife in a slow, methodical motion. Never chase or harass marine life. The more patience one has, the closer encounters with marine life they can have. If your guest is shooting macro photography, they cannot lay on the reef to steady themselves. If all the photographers lay on the coral, there won't be anything left to take pictures of. One of the most famous images associated with Palau is the Nguruwid Islands Wildlife Preserve, or the 70 Rock Islands. This conservation area is one of the oldest in Micronesia and was established in 1956. This is a no-entry area for visitors and local residents. No fishing, hunting, or taking of any wildlife.
Nguruwid was established to ensure the preservation of an area representative of the unique Rock Islands ecosystem.
Ngurumacaol, or Ulong Channel, is a brilliant drift dive with delicate corals and teeming marine life. Fishing of any kind is prohibited here throughout the year. A good dive and snorkel site for fish and corals. The tour guide training manual is a reference for guiding tourists while in Koror State. The manual details the laws of Koror State with reference to relevant national government laws. Every responsible guide will read, understand, and follow these laws. If you have any additional questions, please contact Koror State Department of Conservation and Law Enforcement.
Upon completion of the course, guides will be expected to understand and respect what has been shown in this program. We hope you have captured this commitment to protect our environment so we can all benefit from the success of the marine tourism industry. We all have a role to play, especially you as a guide, when it comes to the protection and sustainability of the Rock Island's southern lagoon area of Koror. As a guide, be familiar with the ecosystem of the coral reefs and how to help preserve a coral's home and other ecosystems like them. A guide leads by example, so learn, teach, and show your guests what it truly takes to respect and enjoy the Rock Islands.